you.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Women Crushing It Wednesday. I'm with my girls, Nika and Esme. Nika, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. I'm refreshed. I just came back from Mexico. Yeah,
Yes,
so
girl, it
I'm
looks
doing
like you
good.
had a great time.
Yes,
Some of
I
the
had
stuff you
such a
did,
blast. Yeah, my sister and I had such a good time. So,
that is so good. I'm so jealous.
yeah.
I don't have a
Yeah.
sister, so I bet y'all had a great ass time.
Yeah, we
That
did.
is so good. So,
I
how,
didn't know that
how
my
long were
sister
you
was so
gone?
scary. We were gone for 5 days. I didn't know that she was so scary with like doing all the excursions and stuff. Oh my gosh. So, well, we had fun though. So I'm
That's so
definitely
good. That's so
refreshed.
good. No, it looks like y'all had a really, really good time. I was like so jealous. I think that's great. I can't wait to go back to Mexico. And Esme, how are you doing, honey?
I'm good. I am literally counting down the days until next month when I'm in Texas.
I know, right? She's gonna come to my house. She's gonna
Oh
stay with me. I'm
yeah.
so excited. I know. Hopefully we can catch up with Nancy too, if she's not too busy. And then Micah, we might have to fly you down, girl.
Oh wait, so what's happening in Texas next month? They're fighting in Texas next month? Oh yeah, you're just going to go.
So, well, she did find out there was a
Okay.
fight in Texas, and I'm
Okay.
so out of the loop when I'm here. But Long Live Boxing was telling her there's some fights, so we'll have to make it down there. Did he tell you who it was?
Oh yeah, what's his name? Bup Del Rey or something like that.
Okay,
He fights with
okay.
Listo Gaitan.
Oh yeah, listo. Okay. Yeah, we'll
Mhm.
definitely have to go. That'll be good. Yeah, Nika, you might have to take a weekend.
I'll
Come
take
on,
my
girl.
Yeah,
camera.
yeah. I might
You
I
know
might
what
have
I'm
to do that.
saying? Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, take your camera, girl. We have to get you credentials. I got you. I got you.
Okay.
I got you
I'm,
on
I'm
credentials.
sure you've got it
I got
covered.
you. Yeah, I got you covered. We're going to take care of this. So there's been a lot, girl. I already told y'all, like, I get all my news from Twitter, and especially when I'm in camp, because when I'm here, I'm just like so laser focused and I can't do anything. And then by the time, like, I want to wind down, I'm so exhausted, I go to sleep early. But again, we've talked about this so many times, but the mental health issue that's going on, because
Mhm.
we've had so many people criticizing. We just most recently had Broner pull out of his fight against Figueroa. Did y'all happen to see any of that? Esme, did you see that? Did you see some of the news comments and all that stuff? What have you seen?
So two that stuck out to me was obviously his announcement, and then what's his name? I just won't say his name, but you know one of the promoters that's on Twitter. He
Yeah,
he stated how it's just like he kind of made it seem like he doesn't believe him because his coaches or his team should have spoken about it before he did, and his team didn't make an official statement, so therefore like it wasn't legit. But I'm like, this guy's literally telling the world, hey, this is what I'm going through. Like, who else do you need to hear it from?
and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to like see that. Like we've seen his behavior over the years,
Mhm.
and it's not. I mean, not that there's like a protocol for normal, but there's been some things that are very disturbing, that he's done.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
people are just so quick to comment on things, and if a fighter gets hurt in a fight and then they say, oh, but I wasn't all there, my head wasn't on the niche, then the fans are going to be like, well, you shouldn't have fought, you should have stayed out the ring, so it's like you got to make up your mind on how you want to support these fighters.
Right,
Like, do you want to support these fighters when they're telling you that they're not
right,
mentally right to fight?
right,
Like, these fighters put their lives on the line to entertain us, but when they're telling you that they're not okay, we bashed them. So it's like, it's crazy. So I don't know.
Ronnie Bravo says he's been crying for help for years. He
Yeah.
has.
Yeah,
But
he
the
has.
thing
Yeah.
is that there's such a stigma. First of all, just in general, for people that go through depression and anxiety and everything, but especially, I believe, for men. It's
Hmm.
like, I know in my culture, it's like a sign of weakness. But
Hmm.
it's not. I'm so glad that people are starting to talk about it more today, because it's not weakness. There are things that you can't control. It really, it's really sad. Oh, I'm sorry, you're handling that.
I can
Because
I
my
can help you. I can help you now.
you can. Okay, good. Thank you. Because I'm like, okay, but it's very unfortunate that there is a stigma.
Mhm.
What are y'all's thoughts on that?
I think it's definitely a stigma, especially with Black men, and it's looked at as a sign of weakness. If you're, you have
Yep.
you,
Black,
I don't know,
brown,
yeah,
yeah. I've heard
growing up
Asian,
like that's
all the
makes you look
minorities.
weak, so there's a lot of men that are going through mental health and they will never say anything because they're going to get bashed by their community, and it's actually really sad, so
It is
I,
sad.
I personally don't think it's a sign of weakness. I feel like it takes a strong person to tell you what's wrong with them, and
Yes.
and that they need help, and I don't think that anybody's in the position to judge, you know anyone and what they're going through and how they handle it. So,
I
you
agree.
know, boxing fans, every week they show you how disgusting they are sometimes, every week they show us
Yeah.
another reason why we are kind of the most disgusting fans in the business. Like,
You're right.
they don't respect fighters. They really don't.
That's so
So,
true. I was thinking about like the olden days when women were burnt at the stake because they were quote unquote witches, and I'm thinking they were probably going through depression, anxiety, um, acting out of the norm, postpartum after having babies, whatever, sexual abuse,
mhm,
physical abuse, and they were looked at as witches. I thought about that the other day. I bet that's what it was.
mhm.
Because people don't understand it and they don't address it. And who wants to admit it that there's something wrong, but you can't really say what it is? Like you're sad and you're down or you're angry, and you can't really say why. It's like you always have to have a reason, and that's just not the way it is. You
I feel
know?
like in the Mexican culture, it's one of those things. It's normal. It's normalized to not to deal with it on your own. Like no one
Yes.
that you do. Like it's just like we just know from either our parents or generations, before us, that you just deal with it on your own. And it's one of those things that you have to break the cycle generationally.
Yes.
Speak about.
Yes.
But have any women yet spoken about like any?
You know what? That is a
Oh,
great
well,
point.
in other sports, yes, like the
Oh,
tennis
really?
player, she's like
Also,
half Korean. Yeah,
gymnastics.
yeah, and gymnastics,
I only
exactly.
follow
Remember
box.
we Yeah, so
I
no,
know.
other
Okay.
sports females have spoken out about mental health for sure.
Yeah, that's
And I
true.
remember a boxer spoke out on one of the gymnastics, Sulem. She said, "You know what? If she was talking about Simone Biles when Simone
Yeah, I
Simone
Biles,
remember
Biles.
that.
yeah, she stepped out because she was having mental issues, and she is in one of those sports like if she makes the wrong flip and she hits the
Right.
mat the wrong
Her
way,
whole
she
life.
breaks her
Yeah.
neck, yeah." And
Well,
then I
it's the
remember Mr.
pressure.
Lem was just like, "Oh, you know what? People in the past would never have pulled out like that." It's like, girl, aren't
But
you in the
that
sport too? Like, you should be supporting women. That
yeah.
disgusting me to no end.
Absolutely.
Oh my
But that's what
I,
I'm saying, generational. You're taught
yeah,
to just deal with it. You're
you
taught that when
sucked it
someone
up,
speaks about
but
it, they're
then you got
strong.
hurt or killed,
Mhm.
you know? And, it's so crazy because I was there in Tokyo whenever Simone had just walked off. And our media guy, Brian, he's like, oh my gosh, I came to watch Simone do her gymnastics routine. And she just left. Like, people were like going crazy. Like, what the hell happened? And everybody was just like, oh my gosh. But you know what? The pressure, think about it. You've done so well for so long, and you are expected to get these golds.
Yeah, she's
Um,
a very accomplished
Oh,
very
extremely
she's
so.
accomplished.
very accomplished athlete. So
So
for
the
people to
pressure
speak on
is
like,
like
come
10
on.
times.
If she's telling
Yes,
you she's not okay, she's not okay. And she's not going to be flipping on the mats, like, risking her life or her health because, some dumb fan wants to say, you know what? She's a weak person. She's
right.
pulling out, If that were me, I wouldn't pull out. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Shut the
okay.
entire fuck up.
Well, I
Shut the
hope
fuck
that
up.
she gets to like maybe get to those heights that Simone is at.
Exactly.
I
No,
and then we'll talk about it.
Ronnie
and
Bravo
without
has a
the
good,
mental stresses
yeah,
and emotion.
exactly. He has
Exactly.
a good comment here, Ronnie Bravo. He says definitely a stigma that shows a sign of weakness in our community. Unfortunately, when you're born with two strikes, people don't want to hear about depression or anxiety, and it's really sad to me. It really is, you
Absolutely.
know. Ugh.
That is so sad. That is so true. It is. And but then you know what? She also gave an opportunity, and I can't forget. I think that the girls from Puerto Rico that won the gold. I'm so bad about other sports, but I mean, she had the opportunity because Simone pulled out, and this girl won a gold. So I mean, good for her. You know, things
Mm-hmm.
happen. You know, but I think that like I love Errol Spence. He's from my town, but just some of the things that he said, I don't care about none of that weak ass shit.
Yeah.
And he was talking about Danny Garcia. He
So
didn't
yeah,
talk about
yeah.
Broner, but he was talking about Danny Garcia.
But
But
Tank was talking about Broner, so we want to pull that tweet up that we have here,
yes,
But didn't
and we're
Errol
getting
Spence tweet like the little emoji for shit at one
yeah.
point, right after the
yes,
whole situation?
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
So
Here we
we're getting a
have.
little fancy this week.
We're fancy,
We're
y'all. We're
upgrading.
fancy. Thanks to Micah.
So
Hmm.
yeah, this was Tank speaking on, and he said that he wasn't speaking about Brona, but he said it right after Brona made his announcement about pulling
Yes.
out the fight for mental illness, and he goes, "Boxers gotta stop using mental health shit to get out of stuff. Your ass just a bitch." And it's like, what? Are you really saying that? Like, I don't know if they have some beef going on because they were like they were good
Yeah.
friends at some point. So I don't
Yeah.
know where this statement came from, but I thought it was disgusting of him to say. And this man himself has gone through he's going through a lot of like
Exactly.
drama, so I think mental health is around the corner for him. So I don't think that he would want anybody else speaking on him in this form. And Ryan Garcia, I think in the next screen, I think he kind of checked him. Let me see if I can get to it. Let's see. Uh, maybe it's taking me to let's see. Okay, this was like this was on Twitter. So this Ringside Views on Instagram posted these tweets from the boxers, and then Tank tried to clean it up and say that he wasn't talking about Adrian Broner. I don't know if you guys can see it here.
Oh yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Yeah. He said, what did he say? Well, I just know that he said, stop using mental health shit to get out of your stuff. You're just a bitch. He said, yo, just a bitch.
Yeah. Oh wait, I'm trying to see if I could if it's playing. So I was trying to play see it's open up um different screens. Never
But
Okay, you're
Ryan
on
mind.
good, girl.
Garcia didn't he? And it was a nice tweet where he wrote to Broner.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He's like, "You've got my
Yeah. Yeah,
support,"
he did.
and that's
Yes.
when I was
Props
like,
to Ryan Garcia.
"Oh wow,
Mhm.
that's a different Ryan Garcia than I've seen." And I was like, "Okay, like I see the maturity level.
Yeah.
I see that the things you're doing in your life are changing you for the better."
Yeah. Props to him, like, seriously,
Yeah,
because, I mean, we need that. We need people's support. Absolutely. Especially when we're going through stuff like that. We need a community, people
So
that understand.
what do you think Tank's what do you think about Tank's reaction? Do you think that he has like some beef going on with Broner for him to have said that? Because he tried to clean it up in his next tweet because people were like jumping on him when he tweeted this. Because they assumed that he was talking about Broner, which I think he was, because why would you all of a sudden out of nowhere tweet this after Broner's just pulled out a fight
yeah.
for mental health? Like, come on.
Well, I
I
mean,
wasn't talking about Broner, but I posted this right after Broner said
maybe
it.
he's trying to put some feelers out there and just put something out there because we all know. I mean, well, I'm sorry, I'm going to speculate, and it's rumored that he doesn't want to fight Ryan, so maybe he wants to fight Broner. And so let me put something out there. It's an easier fight in his mind than fighting Ryan. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, but I definitely thought this was a dig at Broner because like you haven't even been on Twitter all this time. He's been really quiet. And then as
Yes.
soon as Broner said that he was pulling out a fight for mental health, he tweets this bullshit right here. So it's like, my guy, you were talking about Broner. Like you can't convince me otherwise.
Nancy, are you there, Nancy? Hey, girl.
Hey there.
Hey,
Hi,
hey.
my sisters.
How
Hey.
are you?
Uh,
Thanks for
I am
joining us.
I'm a hot, sweaty mess from the football field right now. So
I'm sure you're
we-
gorgeous. I'm sure you're gorgeous.
Oh well, thank you.
We were just talking about the mental health issues and some of the comments that Tank Davis was saying, and Errol Spence. And,
yeah, I caught some of that, right? Like, very much on the attack. It seemed like a lot of negativity. You know, the first thing that I thought of was, man, I hope that these tweets aren't something that down the line, you know, people are going to resurface because they
will.
themselves
They will.
were affected.
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
and
For
that's
sure.
the first thing. It's like, take a snap because this is going to turn around and bite people.
It's
Oh, yeah,
definitely archived.
sure.
It's definitely archived.
You know,
Micah's got those receipts.
and the thing is, like, they don't, right, that I know, I put my money on that. So but what I don't understand too is, you know, take a pause before you respond and say stuff,
Absolutely.
because they're professional athletes, right? So not only are they in the spotlight, but many times like their family's in the spotlight, right? So I don't know, that just, I mean, that just didn't sit well. You know, everybody got on. I even saw Omar Figueroa, you know,
Yes.
jump in.
Yeah,
he was
wasn't
pissed.
being very nice.
His was
but
lengthy.
he had
some issues himself.
issues as well.
I mean,
Yeah.
Omar went in hard. I mean, he went in hard. He was really upset. He was really angry, you know.
I mean, maybe he's upset he's not going to get that payday, and he's got to buy, you know, Mama a new BMW. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
he's still fighting though, so because Lipinets stepped in, he's still fighting, so he's still getting a paycheck. So you know, I think him have gone through it himself should be a little bit more compassionate.
I agree.
But I could see him being pissed off if he had the fight cut off all the way, but he's still fighting.
Right.
He's still fighting, so he's still getting a paycheck. So
you know what you know, here's the thing. So it's not like I'm like a big Broner fan, right? I admittedly, because of his shenanigans in the ring, right, I root against him, but not because I'm making any less of his skill set, because I'm a fan, right? And this is professional boxing, but seeing what's happened as of late with the guy, right? Like, you saw that video of him at the Cowboys Stadium, like, just crazy drunk. Yeah, like he was like falling
I've
all
seen
over.
him. I've seen him all over Dallas. He's got some friends there.
Yep, you've seen the videos with him in court numerous times, right?
Well, the thing that got me is him flushing money down the toilet. I'm like, and now you need that money. Like,
yeah.
Just saying.
That's horrible. That's horrible. That's horrible. But all that said, you know, you still don't know what people are going through, and it's just unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate for everybody to just pile up on the guy. Oof.
Yeah, it's it's messed up. Major Key Boxing, saludos. Long live boxing. Hell, I need that money. Shoot, I do too. I need that money too.
Writing Yogi said something really good. She said, oh, here it is. Tank is conforming for clout because it's easier to be traditionally stoic than to question the stigma. Which Tank's more of a, I need to look cool and be cool than to really, you know, he'll mask his stuff rather than to really voice his actual opinion.
No, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of people do that when they're going through stuff. Absolutely. But so we're gonna like move on from this. We had a question from JMT the second, he wanted to know. Well, he asked two questions. He wanted to know what we thought about Tio Senior. So we'll go around and we will make our
Oh,
comments.
oh.
Nika, you want to go first?
Oh my God. Oh my God. He is the perfect example of like living vicariously through your child. He is like, he doesn't let Theofimo have his moment, in my opinion. Like,
Right.
he, oh man, you would think that he was in there going 10 rounds. Well, no, they didn't go the whole 10 rounds, but you would think he was in there throwing blows. Like, even when Theofimo was trying to take his victory pose, his dad was all in the picture. Like, I'm like, damn, let the man get a picture. God damn, let him get a picture. I was like, wow, and I mean, you could tell that Theofimo is used to it because he doesn't have no reaction. No, he don't even see like that.
But
Chill,
you know
chill.
what?
Let me take a picture. He's so
Well, I'll
used
go
to it.
last.
He's so used to it. But I
Poor
feel
thing.
like his dad annoys me. I'm not gonna lie. His dad annoys me. Oh, his dad annoys me. But
Oh!
you
You got
can't
to
even.
comment. You got to comment, Nika. You got to comment.
I don't have my glasses on. Hold on.
Nika, you're a hater.
Oh, shut up!
Junior is the show.
Shut up!
I love his dad.
No, his dad is actually the mouthpiece, and then Theofimo has to back it up. But like when his dad talks so much shit, and then Theofimo loses, they be looking stupid as fuck. Like his last fight when Cambosos beat his ass, like then it's like all the Illuminati shit. There was like all these freaking, like they made so many excuses. It was like. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. I was not a fan of Theofimo and his father making all these excuses about why they lost. Like, take your L, move on, make changes, and keep it moving. Like, don't start saying that what this was part of the plan. They had Cambosos wanting to fight to beat me so they can fight Devin Haney. And I'm like, come on, man, you lost. That's it. You lost. Plain and simple. Whatever. All right. So
that's true. Ask me, what do you have to say about Senior?
I think if it wasn't for Senior, he wouldn't be where he's at right now. No, I'm just joking.
I was like, okay, tell me more.
No, he makes like pageant moms look like they got nothing on him.
Yes.
He just, if there was a reality show, I'd watch the train wreck just because like you can't not watch. But no, he's just, like you said, he just lives vicariously through Teo. And I think the worst part is that when you have someone like that on your team, there's people who don't want to work with you, not because you're not talented, but because you come with that baggage. So I think there will be missed opportunities for him because of his dad. There will be people who don't want to work with him because of him. Jamel says, who's worse? And I was going to ask that too. Like, which dad do you want in your corner? Garcia or Tails?
That would be a good reality show. Following
It
them
really
too,
would.
like following them, getting their sons ready for fights. I would watch it, even though they annoy me. I would still watch it, but they're both annoying as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
Didn't Garcia's dad calm down a bit though?
No, Angel Garcia's father had that muzzle put on him when after that fight with Keith Thurman, when he said all those racist things.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of calmed down a little bit. So he's a little bit more
That's
like
true.
Tolerable. So we'll say that.
That's very true. Nancy, what do you think? What do you think about Senior? You there?
I don't think she thinks anything.
Well, I'll just say that whenever Senior went in front, whenever they were showing the belts and everything, and they wanted to take a picture of Teo, and he got in front, I was just like, oh my gosh. But then I saw Teo's face. It was kind of like he was on this high, and then he saw his dad, and he looked to the right, and he was just like, down. It was like, it's a wonder, and maybe he does, but it's a wonder that he's not going through a lot of emotional and mental situations because of that. I mean, His dad had an opportunity to do whatever you want to do in life. Now give your son an opportunity to bask in his glory. I mean, every accomplishment that he's done is because of him. Yes, he had his dad's support, but let your son shine. Like, it's very sad to me. You know, when my kids accomplish something, I'm just like, oh
Yep.
my gosh, bravo. I'm taking the back seat. I don't
Yep.
get it. As a parent, I just don't get it.
I lost
But you
connection
know,
earlier.
no,
Sorry
you
about
know,
that.
like there's like this thing where this dad had shot somebody at a football game. Like, I feel like some parents
Oh
just
my
do too much.
gosh.
Like, if you're a sore loser, don't go to the football games of your kids and all that, because you're doing too much. Like, you messing up the sport for the
That
kids. Like,
that guy
these kids
was
just
the
want to play football. You
timekeeper
know?
for in
Yeah,
Dallas, a timekeeper for our commission.
he was a
He got
timekeeper and he did
killed.
all
Well,
that.
he got killed
Oh,
by this
oh,
guy
the
who shot
timekeeper
him
got
at a
killed.
pee-wee, yes, at a pee-wee football game. Yes.
It's like, if you are so loser, stay home. Let your kids enjoy the sports. Like, if you can't like handle a loss, or your kids getting beat, like, stay home. Stay home. And
Yeah.
these are gems that Nika is dropping. Stay the fuck home. Oh my god. Like, let these
But you
kids
know what?
live.
I think Garcia and Tails Dad, like Angel Garcia and Tails Dad, are they're right now. But I feel like from being around so many amateurs, there's going to be so many coach dads because with
Oh
girls,
yeah.
with daughter
Sure.
fighters and son fighters, I think give it like about 5 to 10 years, and there's going to be so many coach dads that are, it's going to be like just a thing.
No, absolutely it is. I think we lost Nancy, but she'll come back on. So Nika, you had a special report reporting Nika.
Oh yes.
Crooks in boxing, LA promoter, exploration, immigration threats. Talk to us.
Yes,
Talk to us about this.
All right. All right, so let me pull up. Let me pull up the story. All right, because we're getting fancy here. We're
You
getting
there,
fancy
Nancy?
all right, George orders.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, y'all.
Okay.
Lost some connection.
Okay.
Yep.
No, you're good. We're talking about the crooks in boxing, the LA promoter who was exploiting immigrants and threatening them. So that's what we're talking about today, right now.
Yeah. So, yeah. So there's a LA promoter out there who shouldn't be, in my opinion, should not be working in boxing, because he was found guilty of exploiting these two boxers and a trainer from the Philippines, and he was ordered to pay them almost $400,000 because he brought them over here, promising them to promising to help their boxing career, and he brought them here, and he has several businesses that he was having them built for free. He was only giving them $10 a day to eat food, and that's
Oh
for
my
breakfast,
gosh.
lunch, and dinner. $10. That's not even, that's like maybe not even $4 a meal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. These guys were
No.
working for free and building businesses for this man, for this promoter. And then he was threatening to call immigration on them. So they were, and threatening their families. So they were definitely scared to, like, flee from, his, under his care or whatever. So
Or
if you look,
disobey him.
yeah, so he was ordered to pay $383,000
Disgusting.
to the disgusting, the fucking disgusting. It says, let's see. Yeah, so it says the lawsuit against the promoter, who they allege lured the trio to the U.S. from the Philippines, promising to help them in their careers, but instead used all three for domestic work and his marijuana business. Yeah. Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Malcolm Mackey conducted a non-jury trial on the case, brought in June 2020 by fighters Reky Dulé, Rey Perez, and trainer Zenon Tagalol, against Reynaldo Rodes Jr. That's the promoter in LA, and his company,
Wow.
Rodes Entertainment Digital. But right now he goes under Red Boxing Promotions.
Yeah, Red Boxing Promotions.
Yeah.
I have to remember
So
that.
this is
Like
disgusting.
that.
This is
It's
so heartbreaking.
It is.
When I read this, my heart sank. I mean, this is like human trafficking right here, right?
Yeah.
It is human trafficking.
And then
Absolutely.
luring.
That's what he was
Fear
charged. He was charged with.
tactics.
He was charged with human trafficking. He was.
you think of these, so let's think of this, right? Like being human about this situation. You got these individuals, right? If you all know, we're all, boxing heads here, that the majority of these fighters, the story is one of, you know, challenges and struggles, right? Not everyone, but a good majority of them.
But
So here
yeah,
you
I mean,
have these
boxing is
people
a poor
from,
man's sport.
exactly, you have these people, right, from outside the country and making the sacrifices. And here they think there's this great opportunity, making the sacrifices to come here, and they're lured under false pretenses. And not only are they not getting what was promised to them, but now they're essentially at the mercy of somebody that's threatening immigration on them, because they're likely here longer than what was approved, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the situation is.
Mhm.
And they're working under like poor conditions to help this man's, business. And
Business.
And you know
it
he's
is
making much
heartbreaking.
money off of them.
Yeah.
You know, imagine their families, imagine how they're feeling. Who knows that they have been in touch with their families, not being able to send money back as they were probably,
Making
hoping to be.
$10, you can't afford a cell phone.
This
I mean, you can't send money back. My dogs eat more than $10 a day.
This is
Exactly.
this is just infuriating. This is so infuriating. And the fact that this isn't blowing up, I guess, as much as I feel it should get blown up and get attention.
Yeah, this flew under the radar big time because LA is a big boxing town. So I feel like this should have definitely been on the map for everybody to know what this man was doing. Because look, it says the three were forced to toil long hours as domestic servants and work at Broccoli House, where they did repacking and distributing, the suit stated. Rhoda said he would report them to immigration authorities and harm their relatives in the Philippines if they left.
Oh my god!
And then it says Rhoda's forced Tagalov to build. He had him build a recording
and he's
studio.
Still walking away free.
Yeah,
like,
inside
seriously?
his marijuana business. Compensation was a daily food allowance of $10. $10 fucking dollars.
$10. At the very least, he should have his license.
His license
at the very least.
Exactly.
He needs to be in jail and have his license taken away.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He should not still be working in boxing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And
exactly.
I know
Writing Yogi's 100%. Poverty makes us do things we normally wouldn't do. If my kids are hungry, I'm stealing a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
And then you go to jail, and they look at you because they're minorities that are doing this, but they can't feed their kids, and then they're stigmatized. I can't. And
I'm glad that
media coverage.
Some of their one of the guys got away saying that he told him that he would come back from visiting his family, and he never came back. So that's how he got away. And then the other two, they were able to be helped by their former trainers, so they were able to get away. And then they were able to sue him. And I'm glad that they did get some kind of compensation to maybe because like $100,000 here is probably a lot of money in the Philippines. So I'm glad they got some kind of compensation. But this guy is still operating in LA as a boxing promoter. Like nothing happened. Like this. Yeah, that's crazy. Exactly.
When I posted the article, there was so many people, because I'm on the West Coast, so there was so many people that reached out to me, and I purposely posted it because I wanted everyone to know about it. So
absolutely,
they started reaching out like, "What? This is insane." I'm like, "Yeah, like this is what you guys go and support." And I'm glad I didn't get to go to those fights on Friday night.
I think that was a blessing in disguise.
That was a blessing, girl. That was a blessing.
And then one of his workers, she's been watching this show. I know you're watching now, girl. You're disgusting, because you, as a Mexican, you know that how Mexicans work hard in the United States, and they're in fear of getting immigration call on them, and you working for this scum. But I know that you were scum too, because you're a racist bitch anyway. So I'm gonna make sure that everybody knows that you and your boss have been treating fighters like this. And you know what?
I was just gonna say,
we're gonna be boxing heroes.
How
we're
gonna
put this
by and see this. It's
disgusting. And
she
had the nerve. And when I posted the story on Twitter, she has a fucking she obviously has a Twitter account that she watches my account. She's like, oh, you internet investigators, you don't even know what you're talking about, bitch. The story's online. Like, what are you talking about? He was ordered to pay almost $400,000, bitch.
He
He the
didn't win the
fucking
case.
scum. Yeah, like
He didn't win the case, so obviously
yeah,
there's
I didn't make it up. I didn't pull this out my ass. It's on fucking
Right.
line. He
And it should be
was fucking
international
a
news.
slave.
It's a shame
He
that
was,
it's not.
yeah, he was fucking. This is modern day slavery, and you helping him, bitch.
$10 a day, like
You
$10
know,
a day, girl.
disgusting.
It's $10 a day. You can't even. You know how much eggs are nowadays? Like eggs,
Right.
damn near $7-8.
And
Like,
milk,
$10
eggs and milk.
for breakfast, lunch, and
You can't
dinner.
afford it.
$10, and in LA.
Oh, LA. Oh, yeah.
In LA,
I mean-
like LA, $10 ain't gonna do nothing for you. So,
Twin
girl,
Munoz says name names, Nika.
beauty and boxing. She worked. Her name is Melody Joy or Melody Doria, whatever her. I don't know her last name for sure, but I know on Facebook her name is Melody Joy. She works for Rey. This what's his name in the thing? But that's who she works for. They both she knew, and she was actually dating one of those guys. She was actually dating one of those fighters. She was, I don't know if dating, but fucking one of them. And that's why she was so disgusted that he had sued her boss. But you know what, girl? You are very disgusting for like knowing this was going on and you didn't do anything to stop it, and you're still working for this guy. But you know what? She's actually works for him, but I don't even think she gets paid that much money. She works for room and board because she lives in one of his houses. So that's what he does. Like, he has fighters and he has a fighter house where he owns a home, and then he has the fighters that are training in camp or whatever, and they live in the house that he owns, and that's where she lives as well. But like, you as a Mexican yourself, knowing that this man is doing this to like immigrants and stuff like that, and you
And
okay
we'll
with
say
it?
allegedly. We're gonna say allegedly for legal.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, but if
Allegedly.
you look online, it's all there for you to see yourself. So you know what? Allegedly.
This is why
Yeah.
I think all four of us, like, we stand by what we say. Like I said, I'm glad I didn't go to those fights because
Girl, that was a blessing because you
Yeah.
were going.
But you can't pick and choose the things you want to speak about. You either support
Yeah.
or you don't.
Oh, you do.
So-
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Her mouth shut.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to see you
Yeah.
post like about the immigrants, and I want to see about kids in cages because you're tolerating other shit. So
Yeah,
either
exactly.
with it or against it. So pick a side.
That's so true. Shoeshine Boxy said today you read Ring City has failed to pay bills from last year. I hate that because I really loved Ring City. Like,
oh,
I
I
loved the
really
setup,
like
the matchups.
yes.
I so
And you know,
supported them and
the-
loved them.
I really like Ring
and-
City. My buddy Lupe was working with them in that last season, and he did a phenomenal job. And I think
Oh,
they
Lupe
did such a
Contreras,
great
yeah.
job. Yeah, they did such a great job putting
Yeah.
those shows together. I really liked that. So who knows what the
Yeah.
details are behind that. I was really looking forward to them bringing that back.
Me too. I was waiting. I love them.
You gotta pay people
Um,
their money, man. You gotta
You
pay
do.
people their money.
HLD, many bad stories get swept under the rug by media, like Undisputed World Champions being front
I'm
and
gonna
center.
make my business to
Let me try and hustle and take advantage of another young brother and his trainer parents for him. Okay, you're gonna have to explain that because I don't know what you're talking about. But yes, be more specific. I want to know, what are you talking about? Johnny Bravo, Ronnie Bravo. I'm going straight to her page and I'm going to get myself banned for harassment.
Well, you know what? She's reported me many a time, and I know that she's still
Micah's
watching
like,
my page.
do it.
She's watching my page because when I posted that, she has something to say on her page. It's like, girl, if you got me blocked, why are you still watching me and posting stuff? Your boss is coming, so are you. Like, I didn't make anything up. All I did was post a link of what he was ordered to pay because he was found guilty for working these people like slaves and not paying them $10 a fucking day. And then, I find it so disgusting. Like, these people came here thinking they were gonna be like, he sold them a dream. He sold them a dream. And then he made them do all this work for free and like $10 a day, like in LA, like at that. LA is like one of the most expensive cities in the world to live in. And
you can't even live on that in Texas a day. And I'm like,
come on, $10 a day to eat after doing hard work and labor. And you
San
can't
Diego.
get
I know, girl. It's like
that's crazy to me. So if you If you want to keep like
You get breakfast
she's
for that.
throwing subliminal shots at me, like, girls, say what you have to say and say my name, because your boss is all in the. I don't have to make up stories. It's in the media. It's all online. Look it up. And if you want to
That's
be, if you want
insane.
to, you want to make me go petty, I already found the court records. So if you want me to post the court records, I'll post them. So
Don't
tread lightly, girl,
don't
because I already
do
found the court
not
records.
don't do
Tread
Nika.
lightly. I
I'm
found
warning
the court
y'all.
records. Tread lightly.
Fast forward quick to the whole Ring City thing. Do you guys remember the Mexican fighter Toshiro Fierro? He was in my gym in Tijuana. He fought a Puerto Rican out there. He had fallen like maybe twice, then got up and knocked him out, and he became really big because of that fight. Well, anyway, this fighter Tashi, he's calling out Lomachenko.
Well, you know, Lomachenko, he's already. I think he's already scheduled a fight for what's his name.
This dude has no chance, though.
Yeah, no.
Like, I like you for believing in
For
yourself.
yourself,
Yeah.
But-
nice. Definitely want them to be confident, right? But Loma though, I feel like we've been seeing a whole lot of his name lately. There's a lot of people calling out and making the suggestions on who he should fight next. And I think one of you said, right, that we already have
Jermaine Ortiz.
Yep.
Jermaine
Ortiz
Ortiz.
Money, of course, he wants to fight Lomo.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Loma having a baby? Or is that? Oh no, that's the. Damn it.
Loma's fighting Jermaine Ortiz. And he looks good. He came back and he landed in LA. He looks like he's ready to go already. So I'm glad that he's safe, and I hope his family is safe, because definitely a lot that he was going through.
Oh yeah, a lot. Absolutely. So Esme, you wanted to talk about the top ranked fights that are going on this weekend. I know Navarrete is fighting. What have you got on that?
Yeah, so this Saturday, it's actually here in San Diego. Navarrete is fighting, is it Baez? Eduardo Baez?
Eduardo Baez. Look at the screen, girls. Right there, girl.
Ooh,
Get
look
fancy
at that.
around
Oh,
here.
this way. Ooh, wait, this way. Oh, this way. Look at that.
This way.
I'm excited to see Giovanni Santillán. He was my very first sparring partner here in San Diego. And Giovanni,
Oh, do tell.
amazing southpaw fighter. This guy is so good. And he'll be on that card as well. And everybody's favorite fighter, Nico Walsh, will be on it too.
Okay, Nico
That was
Walsh.
super sarcastic. Everybody's favorite fighter.
Well, I'm sure he's got a lot of fans, so
But let's talk about Nico. I mean, is he gonna make it? Like, have y'all seen something in him where, you know what, he started late? A lot of people want to put him in the same category as his grandfather, which will never happen. Can he actually learn? Can he actually make it?
No.
Well,
So the matchmakers are, but they can only protect him so long before he has to fight somebody.
I think it's dangerous. Like, all this protection is just dangerous.
So
It is dangerous. It is.
I mean,
Fighter that has all
DNA says for Nico.
just wants to show the world that you suck or that you're not that great, and then you're in a lot of trouble physically. You're in harm.
Yeah. No, I agree. Nancy, what do you think? I mean, can Nico make it if he gets the right trainer, the right people around him? Can he one day be a world champion?
I'll say, there's a chance, right? There's a chance, but a lot needs to happen. I mean, he's still doing 4-round fights, right? Am I mistaken there? Like, we still haven't seen.
Yeah.
Like
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still doing 4-round fights, y'all. So we can't be talking about, we need to see more. We need to see more.
And who is he fighting?
I will say this, like, take all that aside, how cool is it though, right? I mean, that at least he had, a grandson that took up the sport, and there's a neat story there. But when it comes to the actual, like, boxing potential, I don't know that we've seen enough, right? Let's get a 6 rounds, and see what he's got then. I mean, there's still a lot to see with this guy.
I mean, Layla Ali she's really good. She was really good. And then you have the
She never fought my girl Ann, but she was good.
Right. But she fought good though. And Nico to me just started. Like he just
Yeah,
started.
and he's fighting.
Well,
this
he
fight
had
is a-
no amateur
this fight's a
career as far as I
rematch.
know.
I think this fight's the rematch. So I think this might. I don't know if this is a guy he fought in Oklahoma for his debut, but I think this is a rematch. Someone in the chat might correct me because I'm a little dazed and confused from the sun. But
I mean, possibly. I don't even know who
yeah.
he's fought because I don't
Yeah.
recognize the names.
He's fighting Reyes Sanchez. I think that's a rebound. I mean, rebound, a rematch. And it's
Yeah.
and it's 4 rounds, you know. So, but am I gonna watch? I am.
Yeah. So does
Well,
anybody in the chat know like what's his record? Like, is he like 4-0 or 3-0? It's something like that, I think.
Yeah, I think we're like 3 or 4-0. So, yeah,
And
I
still
mean,
doing 4 rounds.
Yeah, he's staying visible. You know,
he's
he's
5-0 with 4 KOs.
Oh, 5. You see?
Okay.
Dang, I missed like 2 fights already.
And he's still doing 4 rounders. Okay.
Well, you know,
so
Top Rank is really good at building fighters. So, you know,
4 people were paid to get knocked out.
Yes.
I'm just playing.
I don't think you're kidding
Yes,
though.
and so
I don't
and
think
you know
you're kidding,
and I love Top Rank. I do. I mean, I do love them, and they are building. And if you have a fighter and you want to build them, you know, you can get them built. But then there comes a point where they have to be tested, and I'm just wondering.
He
when
hasn't
that
been
time
tested
comes,
yet, right? Y'all agree
No,
he
not
hasn't been
yet.
tested yet, right?
But also if the promoter is paying so much money to like keep this kid afloat, after a while they're going to be like, okay, you got to get tested because I'm spending too much money and I need to make my money back. So there's going to come a time, unless they just have unlimited funds, where they're going to be like, okay, the test is here, it's coming now, you know.
The test got to come around the corner sometime soon because if not,
it has
you know,
to, unless you have unlimited funds.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the truth. It really is.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Let's just,
those fights are going to be on ESPN Plus, by the way.
And who else?
For
So he's on the card.
Yeah.
Navarrete, is he the main event?
Yeah, Navarrete is the main event.
Okay, who else do we have on there?
And that's going to be for Navarrete's WBO featherweight title.
Okay.
And trying to think who else is on there. I know that there's some fights on Showtime, of course. So, you know, Figueroa is now doing fighting Sergey. But on that same card, you also have Brandon Lee. So Brandon Lee's fighting.
Okay.
Yeah, he's fighting Will Madera. I do not know enough about Will Madera.
I want to see Lee in a fire show. I want to see somebody that's going to push him, because to me, he's very flat. He's very flat. I want to see something from him. I mean, his record is great on paper. He looks amazing, but I want to see him in a fight where it's going to bring out the best in him, so I can see that yes, he really is a champ, and not just a paper champ. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
but he definitely has a lot to prove, because people are questioning why he's even boxing. They're like, is he even Muhammad Ali's grandson? Like, he had a lot to show. So we definitely need to see. I need to test like the next fight. The next fight needs to be a test. I don't want to hear anymore. Like,
for sure, and it will be, unless they have a lot of money. Honestly, yeah. I mean, I think it will, because like I said, promoters can only put out so much money. And that's the way that I feel about Brandon Lee. It's like, okay, when does he get the real test? I mean, he's like, what, 20 something and old, and like something crazy like that. And I'm like, who has he really fought?
Fighting, yeah.
You know, I don't know. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, business. Top Rank is really good at building fighters, but you know, the test got to come eventually.
Yeah, the tests do have to come. Absolutely. So Katie Taylor, so Jake Paul wanted Katie Taylor to rematch Amanda Serrano for a catch weight. And Katie Taylor's like, that's nonsense. And honestly, I agree with her. Like, why should she rematch her at a catch weight?
Oh, no.
Like, no.
What
do you think about that, Nancy?
Yeah, I say no. You know, definitely no. It it needed to be what it was, and we're moving on. Now that's just asking her to do favors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she has no need for that. Like, she's establishing her legacy. There's no need. Yeah, there's no need.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. What do you think about that, Esme?
I mean, I'm not a Serrano fan, so I just don't think she deserves the chance, and I think Cater needs to just.
And at her terms, like, really, no, you lost. If you're the champ
You
and you want to put out your terms.
And who is Jake Paul to even tell Katie what needs to be done?
Yeah,
Right.
like, seriously.
I agree.
For real though. Oh my god.
Micah, what do you think about that?
I can't stand that guy. I
If
can't stand that guy.
I'll ask Logan Paul, but other than that, I have nothing.
You know what though?
Yeah.
Here's the thing though. He's doing what he should be doing for his fighter, right?
I will agree with you for that.
He's asking for the business. He's trying to make it happen. So,
That's
we got to
true.
give him that.
That's
We got to
true.
give him that he's
That's
doing
true.
and continues to do what many don't do for their own fighters. Now,
That's very true.
you know.
No, I have to give him that. And also, she got her biggest payday under him, so I have to give him that too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. You're absolutely right about that.
Can y'all see that? Oh, yeah, I put the
Yes.
thing up there. We getting fancy
Taylor calls
around
Jake
here,
Paul
y'all. We are getting
We are
fancy around
so
here.
fancy. Thanks, like I said, thanks to Micah, honey. She's making us look good. She makes us look real good. Balls to Paul for trying to make boxing decisions. Mike Ramirez, yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean,
Yeah, that's
seriously.
what I mean, Michael.
I mean,
That's what I mean.
like what Nancy said. I mean, he's protecting his fighter, and he's doing what he's supposed to do. So yeah,
he's asking
absolutely.
for the business. He's asking
Yes.
for the business. I've been in sales my whole life. You ask for the business, and that's what he's doing, and he's doing it for his fighter. And again, it's something that we don't see many do.
That's
so
very true.
he asked. The answer is no.
Props
so
to
now
him
they
for
move
that.
on, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And now we say no. Katie says no next, and then we just move on. Let me see. So who said catch weight, Serrano or Bozo Jack? Bozo Jake.
It says it right here on the screen. I put the right screen. There. It says it right there.
Munoz, oh, you fancy? How we all fancy because of Micah. We all fancy.
Y'all have to realize, like, we're a small shop operation where
we're climbing the ladder.
We are climbing the ladder. These styles says love the setup. Yes.
Oh,
get on our
so
level.
Proud.
Get on our level.
Is so proud right now. D-Style is like, these women are doing big things right now.
I like a good production. You get it here. Women Crushing It Wednesdays.
Damn.
Absolutely.
The original.
So I want to talk about another fight. So I saw there were some other YouTube people that I love and admire that were getting some shit about this, about not wanting to order Wilder versus Helenius. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Is it Helenius? Is that how we pronounce it?
Yeah, Wilder.
Pay-per-view.
I think that's how you. I don't know how to pronounce. I'm not good at pronouncing.
And I believe that I was told that was Wilder's sparring partner.
Yeah.
Can somebody correct me or not correct me? Micah, what's up? Are you going to pay for that fight? Pay-per-view, honey? You paying for that?
You know what? I might go to the fight because it's going to be in New York. So I don't know. Because I honestly think.
So are you going to go or are you going to pay for it?
Well,
but wait, but let me. Okay, I'm not going to answer for you. I'm not going to answer for you. But here's, because I'm thinking if I was there as well, right? So like, I would say the question would be to see him fight or
live,
just to go for the experience, right? Like just to go because the fight's there, right? No, like, would you go solely to go watch him fight?
I enjoyed watching Wilder fight. So, I would go to watch him fight. But do I think it's pay-per-view worthy? No. I don't think it's pay-per-view worthy fight, to be honest. I feel like they should definitely give us this fight for, the free. But Wilder's, I feel like he makes the heavyweight division exciting, to be honest. To me, you know,
Okay.
I love I just love what he brings to the ring when he talks shit, like his shit talking. He just know how to build up a fight. He's like, bomb squad. Like I like that kind of stuff. But do I want to pay-per-view for this fight against Hellenius? No. I don't think that's a pay-per-view fight. No. Not at all.
And very
So,
different than going to the fight, though, right? Because going to the fight, you're also paying
I
for
mean,
that
live
experience.
fights are like fire.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah. So,
yeah, absolutely. So we our next guest is waiting to come on, but I just want to go around the panel. So, Esme, are you going to pay for this fight?
No.
Okay, Nancy, are you paying for this fight?
I echo her no.
Okay,
that
Nika,
is a no.
you kind of answered, but you kind of didn't. Are you going to New York? Are you paying for this fight?
Yeah, I think I might go to New York because there's a couple of people who already plan to go to New York for this fight. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. But if I'm not going, am I paying for the fight? No.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
I'm not gonna pay pay-per-view for this fight. No.
Our guest is coming on, and so we're going to introduce her, and I'm going to put her on right now.
Okay. All right.
Put her on. Good morning, Sarah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's definitely
you're
morning.
on mute. You're on mute. I know it's 5. Sarah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Christine. Good morning.
Oh, Sarah, thank you. Good morning. I know it's morning for you. It's what, 5 a.m. for you?
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you so much for joining us. It is such an honor and a pleasure. I have my amazing panel here. Nancy with Boxing Republic, Nika, Knockouts with Nika, and I also have Esmeralda. Okay, say it, Esme.
Fotógrafa de la gente.
Yes, exactly.
I think we lost
and we're so
her.
excited to be talking to you today.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, so we are really impressed by you. I was looking at your record. I was looking at all the fights. Actually, I was watching your fights today, and you are amazing. And you have 4 titles. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. You have the UBO, WBA, and CBC, and then the KNT. Is that correct?
It's UBO, Eastern Central Africa, the national belt, and the Commonwealth belt. Yes.
And right now, you're number 1 in Africa. Is that correct too?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's so impressive.
Ladies and gentlemen, I mean.
Thank you. Thank you.
Applause for
that
you.
Is
absolutely
phenomenal.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I love your name, your boxing name, your ring name, the Angel of War. That is like so cool and so amazing. I think it's fabulous.
Can you tell us about a little bit about how you were given this name, or like a little bit behind the name?
So this name, I was given this name by my coach. Normally, I'm a very cool girl. I'm very cool outside, but when I enter in the ring, I'm like that angel that need to
You change
everything that
I like it.
when I'm inside the ring. It's totally different when I'm outside the ring. So that's why I was given that name by my coach, the Angel of War.
I love it.
Yeah, I saw some of your fights, and you have. So your knockout ratio is pretty high. I mean, 14 fights and 7 KOs. I mean, that's very impressive, especially for women in boxing.
Yeah.
I mean, that is to be applauded. And I was watching some of your fights. Your jab was amazing. Your power, your footwork. What age did you start boxing?
I started boxing when I was 19 years, immediately after my high school level. So I didn't have any other job, and I was just sitting back at home. So one of my cousins introduced me to the coach, my current coach right now. He used to train with him, so he was the one who urges me to go and join them while they were training instead of just relaxing back at home and doing nothing. I used to have
Wow.
a passion. Yes, I used to have passion in sport. It's just that I didn't know that I will dwell so much in boxing. It was never my thing. I didn't think about it until
Oh.
one day. Yeah, until one day when I was going for jogging. I used to go train and maybe come back because of that intense training. It wasn't for me at all at all. So I used to go train like
It's
1 month
tough.
and get lost, and the coach will always come to look after me because I think boxing was too tough for me as a woman. So yeah,
Wow.
until one day when I was
Wow.
going for jogging, a man just slapped me and
Oh
left
my.
me. So that is when I thought if I could at least take boxing serious, I could have seen where the punch was coming from, and I could at least defend myself. So that is the birth
Wow.
of boxing.
Okay, so let me get
Wow.
this straight. So a man slapped you,
Yeah.
and so after that, so you took up boxing for self-defense?
Yeah, that was my main reason, just to go back and learn the skills on boxing so that I can defend
Wow.
my in case any man want to take advantage of me.
Oh my
So I'm so
gosh, good for you.
yeah, I'm so grateful to that man because he really
He he
made me
he
to
started your
the
career.
champ
He
that
started your
Hmm.
career.
Okay, but did you
yes,
go
yes, yes.
back and like kick his butt
That's
after
what I was
that
gonna
once you
say.
learned how
Tell
to
me you went
box?
back and punched him. Tell me.
Yeah, that has never happened because in boxing, we learn we learn about these soft skills about being disciplined, just being disciplined all around, being
Mm.
doing the right
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
thing,
that's for
right.
sure. You're right.
So I've never had
That's
the
very
chance to
true.
think back. Yeah,
What if you saw him today? What would you do?
I'll hug him. I'll give him a big thank because of
Hey, he
passion that
started your
I'm
Wow.
career.
Mm.
yeah,
He
Isn't
inspired your
grateful
that
to
career.
me too.
something?
I love your heart.
Yes.
Wow.
Well,
Thank
that's
Absolutely.
a
you.
Thinking
that's an
through it.
interesting story, actually.
It really is because I don't know
Yeah,
that we would do the same. I don't know. I think I might
yeah,
be on the news. So
yeah.
I'm very proud of you, and it does take dedication and discipline for sure.
Yes.
Righty Yogi, somebody in our chat said, I remember her fight with Anisha Bashil. It was excellent. Can you tell us
Yes.
about that fight?
Yeah, that was my last fight. Actually, it was last year in October. Um, that was the last time I had a fight. So it was a 10-round fight, and I won unanimously. So for this fight, majority of people speculated that Anisha is going to take me off because she claimed herself to be the massacre, the queen of Africa. She called herself the
Mhm.
massacre. So she was coming to take me,
Mm,
and she promised even my Kenyan team that that belt is hers, and she's coming to get it, to take it back to her country because she believed she deserved the belt. So yeah, I surpassed her. So that is
you showed
I
her.
really get yes.
So let me
So
ask
the
you.
yes.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay. You can go ahead
I
with the
was just going
question.
to say, what is the climate in Kenya for women that want to box? I mean, is it acceptable? Is it accessible? I mean, do people frown upon it? Like, what did you have to do, and what do women have to do to get into boxing in Kenya?
That's a good
So,
question.
yeah. So for boxing in Kenya, it's not that acceptable to say so. But currently, I'm working with an organization called Boxers Kenya, and Boxers Kenya is an organization that uses boxing to tackle in issues that affect young women and thus marginalized communities. So it has never been accepted before, but with the organization, we are trying to bring more women into the boxing industry. And majority of women who are amateur boxers right now, they come from boxers. And even the one who represented boxers in 12 of Olympics, and the two of them who just currently come from the Commonwealth Games. And also, we have
Okay.
also boxers, yeah, who came from the same organization. So it is not that, it is not something that has been there, but we are trying to, we are struggling very much to bring it to life as an organization. So yeah, because we have so many challenges also in regards to lack of proper facilities for women to come and train, and also just the stereotypes behind the sport itself. The stereotypes that surround the boxing, it's been saved by to be a male-dominated sport and not female sport. So yeah, we are really struggling, and we are hoping that in future we'll have more women and more more.
So what about your family? Like, what did your parents think? You know, your grandparents, your family around you. What did they think whenever you wanted to start boxing?
I think that it was not a good idea for them. At first time, they used to they didn't welcome the idea at first until that time when I went and fight and come back home with a belt, my first belt, the Eastern Central under featherweight category. So that is the time that they start seeing me on a television, seeing people congratulating me, calling me champion. So that is when they started accepting and then appreciating my journey in boxing. But it has been a struggle for like 2 years down the line.
Wow. That's something, because to be able to like go against the grain and your family aren't supporting you, I mean, that takes real courage. Where does that come from? Where does
Yes.
that courage come from? Who gave you that?
I'll say I think it's the sport itself. Um,
Okay.
the sport itself, yeah, because in boxing, there are soft skills that a person learns. One, you have to be confident, even in when you know you are going to the ring, you are going to take a very tough opponent. You
Hmm.
know you are going to be your face is going to be crushed, but you still have that confidence in you that you are going to make it. So that is something that is so powerful for me. Another part is also in regards to the discipline itself. Remember when we are going to fight, there's this part that you have to shake hands before, and also even hug your opponent, whether you lose or you win. So that respect part of it
Yeah.
is something that so um, is really important in the sport. So that is where I gain my courage. I think it's just the sport itself.
That is so impressive, because even here, like in the United States, it's very hard whenever a woman wants to box or do something that's not normal in some people's eyes. So I
Mhm.
can only
Mm.
imagine that in Kenya, where you're from, it was so much harder. But I mean, I just have to take my hats off to you, because there had to be something in you that just kept you going and kept you moving, and those things, you know, people only wish that they had. You know,
Yeah.
I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed by that.
Mm.
um Nika, Nancy, do y'all have anything for our guest?
Well, I want to know, who do you have your sights set on to fight next, and like what are your plans
It's a great question.
moving forward?
So I'd like to challenge myself. I believe I'm the African queen. I want to cross over to the international queen, because for me to become the best, I have to challenge myself to the best. So I was looking forward to I'm calling upon Chantel Cameroon, because there's a time that they reached out uh, to my agent. We were supposed to, they were planning for us a match, but they again came and pulled out. So I'm really I'm calling them out to make it work, because I want to prove to them that yeah, there is an African queen, the angel of voice, ready to meet meet the international fighters. Yeah.
Wow.
So who's the name that you're trying to call out right now? Because you're the African queen and you want to be the international queen. So who's the name that you're calling out right now?
Chantel Cameroon.
Something Cameroon. Okay, all right.
Chantel,
I gotta look
Chantel,
her.
Chantel
I gotta look at.
We're gonna help you call her out. So that's why we want to know her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
No, absolutely. I just want to say, first of all, congratulations on
Thank
the career, and we know, without you giving us any more details, we know that it was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for you to get to where you are right now. And so
you. Yes,
congratulations. And of
thank
course,
you.
we're now following you, and we will do everything in our power to promote you, give you the visibility.
Yes.
And I did have a question for you. So because right before you jumped on, we were talking about women's boxing, and we've seen a big evolution in the sport for women. I would say in the past, I don't know, ladies, what, like even like 3 years, 3-4 years.
Yes, that
And so
we've
you
been covering. Yes.
Yeah.
and so you've been, if I'm doing my math right, close to 15 years now in the sport. What are your thoughts on the sport today, for women, given where it was 15 years ago?
Come again, please. What's my thought on?
Just your opinion, your opinion on women's boxing right now versus, where we were or where it was when you started.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me, I'll say things are changing right now. I think the society are accepting women to do the sport, because I think boxing is just like any other sport. There's no different on boxing and any other sport. I think women should be allowed also to participate more in this kind of sport. Yeah, my thought.
That's great. That's wonderful. You know, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that, is your husband a boxer as well?
Where did you get that? Yes, he used to be a boxer, but
Hey, I do my research.
We are nosy. We are nosy.
This is about you. This is about you, but that's
yeah,
Because
interesting, because
have
that's not something that you see a lot of.
right, right.
yeah, yeah. He used to be a world champ.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
A
yeah.
that's
world, a
wonderful.
world champ. Okay.
Yeah, that's
James
fabulous.
and
The reason why I ask is because he's been through his journey. He's seen what it took,
yeah.
and he's taken the punches and everything that goes along with it. How did he feel about his wife going through the same things that he did? Like, I'm just curious about what his thoughts were. Was he supportive? Was he like, no, I don't want my beautiful wife to be going through this? Or what was his reaction?
I think for us, because we met in the gym,
Oh, you met at
so
the
Okay.
gym. Okay, okay.
it was easy for us to connect well, because we all understand how hard how much we have to put to get it together for
Yes.
us where
Yeah.
we are. Yeah, it was kind of easy for us. It's
Oh,
very
that's
much
good. That's
supportive even
so
now.
she met him in the gym, so he was already like, oh,
Yeah,
she's
so
a
that was
yes,
good.
it was good. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, you are so lovely. I mean, you really are. I'm very excited to
thank
meet
you.
you and everything that you're talking about. And so my question is, what's next? Do you have something that's coming up next? Do you have a
So
fight like on
yeah, for now I don't have any fight, and I'm
Okay.
really looking forward for if you can do some
Okay.
connection.
Yeah, we're gonna push. We're
Okay.
gonna push
Okay.
this.
Okay. We got
We're
you.
gonna push this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is something you can imagine, being in the industry for like 15 years and I only have 16 fights. You can imagine how we are struggling here. Like in a year, we can only
Okay.
have maybe one fight, or sometimes we go even without having any fights. So it's kind of quite
Okay.
challenging.
Have you traveled to
Yeah.
the U.S. to have any fights, or have all your fights been, you know? in Kenya?
I've
Have you
I've traveled to South Africa and also in Russia in
in Russia? Okay.
2015.
Okay.
So I was
Okay.
supposed to I was supposed to come to this year, but I didn't get the visa. So I was supposed to come and
Okay.
fight
So
in
that's the
Western.
thing. You need your visa. And another
Yeah.
question: are you still super lightweight, 140?
Yeah. Yes, I'm super
Is that
lightweight.
still your? Okay. Okay. So we need to get
Yeah.
you your visa, and we need to get you fighting some of these top 140s.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow,
So
This is
I'm
gonna be
definitely
fun.
looking. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely looking forward. I'm definitely looking forward, to what you're going to be bringing and everything that's in store for you. Because, again, we all kind of did our homework and just have learned so much about you. And now just having you on and hearing you, even the whole, situation that got you into boxing,
Yeah.
to hear you have such peace with it. I think speaks volumes of who you are.
I would like to know if he's a fan of
Thank
yours now.
you.
The guy who
Yeah.
did that. I wonder if he's watching you and he's a fan of yours.
Yeah.
He
Right.
probably is.
so
Maybe
the big
watch
time
you.
boxing, the big time boxing promotions, is that your manager or promoter?
He's one of my team. Yeah, he's one of
Okay, I think
he's one
that's
of the
fabulous.
people that I work with.
Well, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, and I am so happy that
Yeah,
he reached out to us so that we could get you on, so that more people could know who you
yeah,
are,
Mm-hmm.
and God willing, we can
yeah,
get you on some big cards, because you paid your dues, you've done what you wanted to do, and you've gone against the grain, because as you were saying, it's harder for women in Kenya than even here in the US, and it's hard here in the US. But
yeah.
he did amazing, and we're definitely going to do everything that we can to see what we can do. The sky is not the limit.
Yes, totally agree.
And so, for everybody that wants to follow you on social media, can you give your social media handles so that we can support you and you can get some more followers and we can push this?
Yeah, so my Twitter handle is at Sarah Chieng 13 at Sarah Chieng 13. Instagram is s.achieng. Also on Facebook at Sarah Chieng. I also have my Facebook fan page at Sarah Chieng. Yeah, those are my currently active Twitter handles. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So, Micah or Nancy, I'm going to put her name in our chat, and if
Chat. Yeah.
maybe y'all can put that in the chat,
Chat. Yeah.
because I'm
Okay.
not technical like they are.
Okay. Yeah, just put it in the chat and then I'll copy and paste it and put it in so everybody can
Okay.
follow
I
her.
just put it on our WhatsApp. Okay, good. Sarah, we thank you so much for being here. I mean, we really do. Is there anybody that you want to shout out, or any last words that you want to say to anybody that's in the chat?
Yeah, I'm just so grateful for you people for giving me this opportunity to share my story. I hope this is not going to be the last time. I'm shouting out to
Absolutely not.
any promoter who's willing to set a fight for me and maybe their trainers. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to come and fight in US.
That would be awesome. And we would definitely be there. And we're going to do everything in our power to see how we can make that happen.
Thank you.
And you have a standing invitation here. So you have a standing invitation to join at any time. As you are scheduling things, definitely let us know, because we'd love to have you on.
That will be
And
great.
yes,
Thank
we
you.
definitely want to have you on again. Absolutely. Keep us posted. You have our Twitter handles. Keep us posted, and we're going to do everything that we can. We really are. We really are, Sarah. So thank you
Thank you.
so much. And so one more question. So it's
Yes.
like 5:20 in the morning over there, AM. So what are you going to
Yeah.
do? Are you going back to bed, or are you going to go do something else?
It's still I'm supposed to go for a morning jogging around 6
Okay.
a.m. I'm just going to wait for a few minutes just to prepare myself and take it off.
Awesome. That sounds great. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
joining us
you.
tonight.
Thank you
And
for
we
giving
definitely
us your
want you to come
time.
on again.
Absolutely. God
Thank
bless.
you. Thank you.
Yes,
God
thank
bless
you.
you
God
too.
bless so much. Have a good
Bye.
morning. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, she was awesome.
Oh, I
She
love
was
her.
so
Oh, I love
awesome. I
her.
love her too.
Oh
I
my
love her too.
gosh.
She
You
was
know, oh,
fabulous.
and her story, definitely want to make sure
I,
that
I
everybody
bet I
follows
bet
her.
that guy is a fan
Ooh,
right now.
can you?
I bet he's watching her and
Yeah.
be like, you know what? I slapped that lady, and you know what? She probably could be my.
Right.
I really want her to get her lick back on this guy. I really want her to
Yeah,
get her get
seriously.
back on this
Seriously.
man.
Me too. Me too. Seriously. No, I mean, I was just thinking, like, seriously, it's so hard here in the US, but I can't
So it's
even
even hard. Yeah,
imagine.
imagine in Kenya. Yeah, it's like
No, I
I
can't. And
I
I'm so proud of her.
I really want to push whoever. I have to look up the lady's name that she called out. Like I really want to like push that for her so she could get that fight, and
So
then
I got
we could
what was it?
we
Santana
we
Cameron, was it
Cameroon,
Santana
Cameroon. I think
Cameron?
she said Cameroon, Cameroon.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe we could just we could DM her, the manager that contacted you, and ask him specifically for the correct name spelling,
I'm
and then
going
we
to.
can
I'm going to do that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
we
we'll have
got
to
Big Time Boxing
push it.
Promotions from Kenya. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
that's it.
And can
Yes.
you
No, she
please
was lovely.
message
I
me and
know.
tell me the girl's name? She said, I think it was Santana Cameroon that she wants to fight.
Cameroon. Yeah.
We want to push that. So please message me, and thank you so much for reaching out to us. We appreciate you so much. Any last words, ladies, before we log off?
Oh,
That was
thanks
such a
everyone for tuning
yeah, that
in.
was a good
We're
interview.
we're getting a little bit more fancy now, and we're gonna try to
Thanks to
make
Nika.
these
Fancy Nika.
fights. We're gonna try to make fights too. We're gonna try to
Look at
get
Let's do
this.
it.
we're gonna try to get Sarah a
We're
fight.
moving on
Yeah,
up.
we gotta get her a fight with this camera. I think she said Cameroon. I think that was the last
Yes.
name.
So
So
Big Time Boxing Promotion, let us know the name. Thank you so much, Elda Boxing. Nancy, last words.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm loving this. You know, thank you to the chat. We have the best chat.
We
I
have the
mean,
yeah,
best
we
chat. Oh
have
my God.
Cameron.
shout out
Chantel.
to
Oh, from
Cameron,
the
everyone.
UK.
UK.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna call
All
her
right.
out tomorrow.
Yeah, we got you.
I'm writing it down.
Chantel, we're on your ass.
We're on you. We're on you.
We're
We're
on your
on you.
ass, girl. We are on your ass.
No,
Absolutely.
I just wanted to shout out the chat. We have the best chat.
We do.
And just
Yes,
a
we
We
reminder,
love
you
you
know, we
all.
have some good friends that join us. We have, you know, D Style that was on. Make sure to follow him. We had G Funky, Long Live Boxing, always our supporters. You know, I always tell people I have my cafecito on Sundays and listen to the guys.
Yes.
They're awesome.
Yes.
They do, you know, really great breakdowns. And after Saturday and watching the fight, you know, it's you wake up the next morning and there's still more boxing. You get to talk
I
boxing
know,
with these
right?
guys. Yep. So
It's
you know,
amazing. I
and
love it.
so many others, HLD and everyone else, Writing Yogi, everyone that's always joining. Big shout out. So
Big shout out. We love you all. Absolutely, we do. And tomorrow we have the round table at 8 p.m. Eastern.
that's right.
D Style. D Style, G Funky. They're also listening all the time. Maestro. Oh my gosh, there's so many. L Dub. It's just, yeah, we have so many. If we missed you, oh my gosh, we'll get you next week. But we love you all, and thank you so much for tuning in.
And you
Everybody
know
have
what?
a good night.
Women Crushing
Yes.
It Wednesdays. We're gonna try to make fights, man. Look,
We're gonna do it.
Chantel, we're gonna harass you.
Chantel, you're gonna fight this. You're gonna fight, Sarah. You're fighting
is
Sarah.
gonna get on your
You know,
ass, girl.
And thank you to everyone that, you know, that likes and shares, because I said it earlier. I'll say it again. You know, y'all, this is organic, right? Like the four of us
It's very
jumping on.
organic.
This is organic. We're homegrown. You know, we're
Yes.
fans just like you are. We got a little bit of everyone
Absolutely.
on here. So, you know,
Thank
thank
you.
you for the share and the like. It really means a lot.
Yes. Subscribe. Tell all your
And
friends.
share.
And share. Thank you
Share.
all, guys. Have a wonderful night. Love to love you. Good
Bye.
night.
Good
Thanks
night.
to my girls.
Bye bye.
Ciao.